cafe anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Is that okay? Is that a good volume?
Yeah, that's perfect. What's up, Mike?
It's Ken is here today.
Woo! And this is episode
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up right now. Ken is here. It's good to have him here because he's had a lot of things going on. He drinks beer. What's your favorite beer?
I don't drink beer anymore. I drink wine.
Oh, wow.
Because I moved to California, and that's my line.
Wow. That's why.
Why?
Thank you.
Mike's
Daily Podcast.
Yeah, wine and whiskey, actually.
Wow. Kaboom!
Blow your mind.
Mike's
Daily Podcast. Yeah! All right. It was great that you showed up on episode 2165, 2165.
That's right.
I had a couple things I said, I think, two episodes ago.
I think it was 2163 because I haven't listened to your podcast in quite a while since I've been on vacation. I went to New Jersey for a little bit to visit my mother.
You could take the muff off of that mic. No, if you want to keep there.
Yeah, I'll just keep this. Okay, that sounds better.
It makes it a little richer. He's doing this, everybody, with his face mask on.
Yeah, I feel like I should wear my face mask. But I did get COVID tested. It came back negative, thank God. Although I did get a little cold. So Mike knows about that, and he was upset for a little bit because he had to cover for me.
I did. That Thursday, I think it was
Thursday and then Friday.
Friday, we got Miles.
Right.
Miles helped us out
because you had to come in the morning, so.
Yeah,
yep.
And then I had to fill in for another person.
That's right.
It just, it's tough when everyone's gone, but that's exactly why Gavin Newsom is so afraid that there won't be enough people in the hospitals, just like there was enough people at work.
That's true. That's very true.
And we have that.
I have something to tell you.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you have Spotify, or a subscription to Spotify.
Oh, wait, we have to have Ariel say, here's today's podcast picture. Here she goes.
And here's today's podcast picture.
It's of... I don't know yet. Go ahead.
He hasn't chosen the picture yet, people.
I'm working on it.
He's unprepared. But I am prepared today, and I wanted to tell you because I was going to save it for next time you have me on the show. So, Spotify subscription, at the end of the year, they do a 2020 Unwrapped, and it's actually a great thing. They tell you what was your favorite song that you listened to the most, how many times you streamed it, what kind of genres were your top 5. It's great. And then they make you a playlist at the end, top 100 songs of your 2020 or whatever year it is. So this year, my top podcast was Mike's Daily Podcast. Apparently, I listened to 41 episodes for a total of 713 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
Oh, Basil thanks you too.
Yes, thank you, Basil. You're welcome, Basil.
Wow, you are the biggest Mike's Daily Podcast fan of all time.
I was so happy.
Awesome.
And Niners Nation came in second.
Niners Nation.
Niners Nation podcast. Who's another? He's another podcaster in our midst.
He's been on the podcast before.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick a picture from the Half Moon Bay.
Sounds good.
Because that was last week. Actually, I went to since you and I are in the Bay Area, obviously, because we're here at Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcaster Valley, Mont. There's a place when you go to Half Moon Bay, when you take 92 over, you then go north on 1 Highway, California 1.
Yep.
Famous one.
PCH.
Yes. That's that other name.
I've been to Half Moon Bay.
Well, if you go to the marina, I think it's called Princeton or Pilar Point. There's that big Doppler radar. It's that thing that looks like a big ice cream cone. It's like a big ball on top, and that's at that point. If you go over there, it's an amazing view.
Is it?
I strongly recommend you and your lady friend go over there.
I actually was there because you remember that movie, the American Pie movies, and they did the American Wedding.
Yeah.
So that hotel I stayed at.
Oh, that's the Miramar? I'll look it up.
Yeah, I can't remember, But I was like, wait a minute, this looks familiar. My lovely lady friend was like, yeah, this is from American Wedding.
Oh.
Yeah, in Half Moon Bay.
Where
really
was
pretty.
American Wedding?
As we Google it.
Wedding. We're binging it.
You're binging it.
Filmed. So, how was it?
Oh, it was great. It was a great wedding. It wasn't there, actually. It was where we were staying.
Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah, the Ritz-Carlton. There you go.
There we go.
But it was somewhere, like, the place was somewhere else where they had the wedding. We just stayed at the hotel there.
Oh, you didn't see, what's his name, Biggs?
No.
Jason Biggs or Allison Hannigan?
No.
Or January Jones was in that, too.
I was going to say, how do you know all these people in this movie? Tara Reid.
Tara Reid, yes.
Tara. Anyway.
She's a Tara.
I don't want to finish that sentence.
So it looks like this, the last podcast picture.
That's beautiful,
Mavericks, yeah.
Oh, I saw Mavericks from far away. I wasn't that close to Mavericks. But those waves are humongous in certain seasons. Like,
yes.
That's where, like, people surf and sometimes die.
Yeah, last week we had some huge waves over there.
Man, oh man.
I think that this wearing mask thing we're like operating not even looking at people's mouths. And you know, your mouth, you convey so much information just with not even talking, with just what your mouth does.
Yeah, your body language, tells a lot. But your mouth, you could definitely tell in inflection and smiling.
So we're having to communicate with our eyes. It's weird.
Right. Like you smile at people with your eyes. Isn't that weird? It's crazy.
And I've forgotten what some people... we should just let our teeth go to crap.
I was going to say you don't have to brush your teeth.
We don't really... When we finally take the mask off and everybody sees how our teeth look, where they're going to be like...
Okay, where's the sounder for that?
Yep. They're going to be like... Young Frankenstein, that kind of thing.
A lot of
Peter Boyle.
A lot of dentistry work is going to be put into play there.
I'm actually, as we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valleymont. Next Tuesday, I'm going to get a filling done back here, actually.
Oh, man.
But I'll be right across the parking lot, so I'll be right over afterwards to help you with things.
You're going to help me?
On Tuesday.
You're going to help me? Oh, okay, that's good.
I woke up yesterday.
Thank God.
With... Ken, with...
No, you didn't wake up with me.
No. We were not...
You woke up yesterday and what happened?
Wait, by the way, how would you describe your hairstyle right now? Is it called Hitler Youth? I don't know.
No, it's not called... This is called a high fade.
Wow!
With a long top. It seems like it could be that way, but I swear I'm not a proud boy.
Do your hair... okay, you got lots of hair in your bang area. Your bangs?
No, they're not bangs. They're just sometimes they hang like that. They're not bangs, though.
But now you're using a little bit of some kind of product to keep it out of your eyes.
Sometimes.
Oh, my.
Sometimes I do, but not today.
No, okay.
Yeah.
So that would... when I had hair, that would annoy me when the hair would get in my eyeballs.
It does annoy me sometimes. That's why I put product in it.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you. Now let's go back to what you were going to say, because you said you woke up.
I woke up yesterday morning.
As one does.
And I was woken up, though, by this deep concern I've suddenly realized that, okay, you and I, we need to live in reality, and I say that as there is a fake sound effect in the background making it sound like we're outside. And the show is all about fake sound effects. Mm-hmm. But it takes work to make this happen, this fantasy world that we have here on Mike's Daily Podcast Cafe anyway.
Yep.
It takes work because I got to take the sound effects, and you see this template I'm using here that's that took me a long time to figure out how to do that.
Behind the scenes at Mike's Daily Podcast.
I'm saying, though, it's easier, even though reality is hard to deal with, you just live in reality. You just have to, it's hard to sometimes accept it. And I'm finding with people that don't believe that coronavirus is real, and people that don't believe that the election just happened and we have a result, you have to deal with that reality. We're working too hard to live in the fantasy, is what I'm saying, when we should just accept the reality, and that way terrible things won't happen, like your best friends won't die of the coronavirus, and our nation won't go belly up because we don't have, we're not moving from one what do you call it, structure of power to the next. Like we move. What's the thing when
it could be fluid? You want a fluid movement.
One administration to another.
Right.
Like we did that.
A turnover. You want a nice transition.
Right. And that happened from Obama to Trump. And now Trump has to move it to Biden. And if we don't do it correctly, we could, big serious things could happen.
Well, did you hear what he said he was going to do, or Trump may do? He may fly in Air Force One to Florida while the inauguration is going on to take away from Biden's, he wants to just steal his thunder. Oh. And it's like, why? Like, dude, you were our president, okay? You still are president. That's an obligation as a president you should have, is to be there at the inauguration. I don't know anybody else who hasn't done that. Has there any been? As long as I've been living, like there's no president that has ever skipped the inauguration of somebody else.
I'd have to look inside of what do they call those? A history book. And then I would find out what. But maybe there was someone died.
Well, no. Obviously, like JFK couldn't be there,
right?
Lincoln, but someone. They all showed up. Everybody that was alive and well, I believe they showed up. And this guy just decides he's gonna go on Air Force One, and he's got to give the plane back by the time the inauguration happens, right?
I only have my Trump sound effects. Here's the one about Russia.
I say it's better to get along with Russia than not.
And here's the other one where he talked about Putin.
President Putin was extremely strong and powerful.
There we go. Are you gonna? He's. Anyway, I just was very worried about that because we have possible things that can go completely haywire.
Of course.
And so I wrote all that. That's trying to read my notes.
I love your notes.
So I'm just saying it takes more work for us to live in this fantasy world. But anyway, and it just
because people don't want to accept the truth. That's the problem sometimes.
Maybe because, and you know why? It's because
they're babies.
They're narcissists. Yes, and they're surrounded by people that are enabling them. And let me tell you, I have known narcissists in this business that you and I are in.
Yep.
That you have decided to, and I'm so thankful that you have decided to embrace the radio world, show business, as some may call it.
Sometimes it feels like that.
There are people that they're all about them, and they do this thing. They obfuscate. So, like any facts that may hinder what they're all about, and that may conflict with their inner world beliefs, they will obfuscate. And I've worked with guys like that like you catch them on something. Oh no! It's you on video that did this, and they're like, no, that's not me. Wait, but we caught you on that. So,
right.
Anyway, that makes me worried, and I wrote a bunch of other stuff, but I'm not going to go into it now.
Meanwhile, Giuliani's got COVID. Everybody.
But he doesn't have a temperature.
He does.
So everything's fine.
He doesn't have a pulse.
I think we should end it there because I will never ever top that.
What was the word you just used, by the way?
Obfuscate.
That should be the title of this episode.
I've used it before. I can't.
Okay.
Do you know how I first found out about that word was watching X-Files? X-Files taught me a word, and Gillian Anderson.
That's okay. Keep going.
Was Scully? I was trying to think of her name. She used that because I think she was talking about the Cigarette Man.
Did
you watch that much?
Yes, I did. Actually, I was trying to look up the line that what's his name, Mulder talks about.
Oh, the truth?
No, not about the truth. About fear. It's the oldest tool of power. Yeah, I forget. We might have to pull that up. Because it basically, what he was trying to say is that when you induce fear, everybody below, it creates chaos, and they don't pay attention to what's actually going on above them. So basically, so you can weigh that however you want. So basically, the people that are, the higher ups are creating this fear, this chaos, and we're not actually paying attention to what's going on behind the scenes. It's a great quote. Again, that's why I said That's the one thing from X-Files. I was like, man, that's a well-written line right there.
Interesting. I would love to recite what that line is, but I don't remember it. And I wanted to play this one thing here in honor of that. That had nothing to do with that. But yes, X-Files.
Awesome.
Okay, look who's here. Hello, Michael Masters, Madame Rootabega, and yes, I love the X-Files and David Duchovny. Oh, did you date David Duchovny? Yes. Did you enjoy the X-Files? Yes. Did you just answer my question? No. Wait.
I love her.
Look who else is...
You didn't answer that right.
I don't know where that was the worst script I ever wrote.
Oh, that's okay.
Look who else is here. Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant. And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Hey, how was Jersey, Ken?
Jersey was good, my brother. A lot of pizza, a lot of bacon, egg, and cheese, you know.
I like the bacon, egg, and cheese thing.
On a nice Kaiser roll.
On a Kaiser roll day. Yeah, Kaiser roll. Do you know that? Kaiser rolls. That's...
It's Portuguese rolls, too. I don't know how you... Yeah. Oh, wait, I found the quote. Here it goes.
Oh, wow, he found it.
Yes, Mulder says, fear, it's the oldest tool of power. If you're distracted by the fear of those around you, it keeps you from seeing the actions of those above.
Oh!
That's such a good line, I feel like. I don't know. It's a good line.
Phrasing?
I am phrasing.
He phrased that well, Archer. Don't get on his case. All right.
Yeah, Bob's Burgers.
Thank you, Ken, for H. John Benjamin and everybody else.
Thanks for inviting me. Thank you, Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Oh, wow. It sounded just like him. Next show, it will be Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the Engineer. You can chime in about any of this. You can call me 336-MM Daily. 3 + 3 = 6. MM as in Mike Matthews. Daily as in what this podcast will try to be. And if you were offended, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Oh, I just lost. Okay.
But if you get offended, that's the way the cookie crumbles. No.
I could go for a cookie right now.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!